mind-blowing time theories that will transform how you see reality. Time is one of the most mysterious and fascinating concepts in the universe. It shapes our lives, guides the natural world, and yet it's something we still don't fully understand. From the idea that time may not even exist as we perceive it, to the possibility of parallel timelines, scientists and philosophers alike have been puzzling over the nature of time for centuries. What if time isn't linear? What if the past, present, and future all exist at once? Brace yourself for some of the most mind-blowing theories about time that will challenge everything you thought you knew. The block universe theory. What if time is more like a block of space, with the past, present, and future all existing simultaneously? According to the block universe theory, time doesn't flow the way we think it does. Instead, all points in time exist equally, meaning the past is still there, the future already exists, and the present is just our current perception. In this view, time is like a four-dimensional block, and we are simply experiencing one slice at a time. If this theory is true, it means your future already exists, and nothing you do can change a truly mind-bending thought. The arrow of time. Why does time seem to only move in one direction, even though the laws of physics don't require it? The arrow of time is the concept that time has a direction, from past to future, despite the fact that most physical laws don't demand it. This one-way movement of time is often linked to the second law of thermodynamics, which states that entropy or disorder always increases in a closed system. Some scientists wonder if time's arrow could someday reverse, or if it's merely a product of human perception. If the arrow of time ever reverses, could that mean we might experience events backward, like living in reverse or even unaging? Time dilation. Did you know that time can literally slow down or speed up, depending on how fast you're moving? Time dilation is a concept from Einstein's theory of relativity that suggests time moves at different rates depending on your speed and proximity to gravitational forces. For example, an astronaut traveling near the speed of light would experience time much more slowly than someone on Earth. It's been confirmed by experiments astronauts in space experience time a bit slower than people on the ground. In theory, you could age slower than your friends back home if you traveled far enough, fast enough, through space. Sci-fi or science fact. Presentism. What if the past and future don't exist at all, and only the present moment is real? Presentism is the philosophical belief that only the present moment truly exists, and that the past and future are simply mental constructs. In this view, time isn't a continuous line, but rather a series of fleeting moments that vanish as soon as they pass. While this idea contradicts theories like Eternalism, it appeals to those who believe in the uniqueness of now. If presentism is true, it means every moment you experience is a one-time event, never to exist again. A sobering reminder to live in the moment. The multiverse and parallel timelines. What if every decision you make creates a new timeline, a parallel universe where different choices play out? The multiverse theory suggests that every possible outcome of every decision exists in its own parallel timeline. This means that there are infinite versions of you living out different lives in countless parallel universes. Some physicists, like those studying quantum mechanics, believe this could be possible, as every choice you make splits reality into multiple paths. In one universe, you could be a billionaire, while in another, you never even graduated school. What if you could jump between these timelines? Time loops. What if time isn't linear at all, but instead a repeating cycle like the movie Groundhog Day? Time loop theories suggest that instead of progressing in a straight line, time could be cyclical, with events repeating over and over again. Some philosophers and scientists speculate that the universe itself could be in a time loop, with a Big Bang acting as a reset button at the end of each cycle, starting everything over from the beginning. If time loops are real, it means you might live your life over and over again without even knowing it. The simulation hypothesis. What if time and reality itself are just part of a highly advanced computer simulation? The simulation hypothesis proposes that we could be living inside a giant computer-generated simulation, and time is just a construct created by the programmers. This theory has gained traction as technology advances, with some physicists and technologists suggesting that a civilization advanced enough could simulate entire realities, complete with their own time dimensions. If this is all just a simulation, it begs the question, who's running the program and why? The holographic principle. What if time and space aren't real, but just projections of a deeper reality? The holographic principle is a mind-bending idea that suggests our entire universe, including time, could be a hologram. According to this theory, everything we perceive as three-dimensional, including the flow of time, is actually encoded on a distant two-dimensional surface, and we're living inside this projection. If this theory is true, it means reality, as we know it, is an illusion, and time is just part of that mirage. Tachyons and faster than light travel. Could particles exist that travel faster than light, allowing them to move backward through time? Tachyons are hypothetical particles that, if they exist, would travel faster than the speed of light. In theory, this could allow them to move backward through time, essentially breaking the laws of physics as we understand them. While tachyons haven't been discovered, the possibility of their existence raises intriguing questions about the nature of time and whether it could be manipulated. If tachyons are real, they could be the key to unlocking the mysteries of time travel. Quantum time. What if time isn't continuous, but comes in tiny, indivisible chunks? In quantum mechanics, there's a theory that time isn't a smooth, continuous flow, but rather occurs in discrete packets, much like how light is made of photons. If time is quantized, it could mean that there are the smallest possible units of time, and events happen in jumps between them. This concept could revolutionize how we understand the flow of time in the quantum realm. If quantum time is real, it means time might not flow like a river, but tick like a cosmic clock at unimaginable speeds. Time crystals. What if matter could exist in a state where it repeats in time, not just in space? Discovered in recent years, time crystals are a new phase of matter that seems to break the traditional rules of physics. These crystals don't just repeat their structure in space, like regular crystals, but also in time, creating a perpetual, repeating motion without energy loss. Some believe this discovery could lead to new technologies or even insights into how time itself works. Time crystals could give us a glimpse into the hidden, cyclical nature of time at the smallest scales. The twin paradox. What if you could age slower than your twin simply by traveling through space? The twin paradox is a thought experiment in Einstein's theory of relativity. If one twin travels at near light speed through space while the other stays on Earth, the traveling twin will age much more slowly. This paradox highlights the strange effects of time dilation, where time moves differently for people in different states of motion. If the twin paradox were ever tested on a large scale, it could prove that time isn't a fixed experience, it's relative. Time travel to the future. Did you know that time travel to the future is theoretically possible? While traveling to the past remains speculative, time travel to the future is theoretically possible according to Einstein's relativity. By traveling at close to the speed of light, or being in a strong gravitational field, like near a black hole, time would move slower for the traveler compared to someone on Earth. This would allow the traveler to jump forward in time while only aging a little themselves. Time travel isn't just the stuff of science fiction. It's already happening on a small scale with astronauts. Wormholes and time travel. Could a shortcut through space also become a shortcut through time? Wormholes are theoretical tunnels that connect two distant points in space. But if they exist, they might also allow time travel by linking different points in time. Some physicists believe that if we could stabilize a wormhole, we might be able to travel back and forth through time, opening the door to all sorts of possibilities and paradoxes. Wormholes might be the key to traveling not just across the universe, but across time itself. The Bootstrap Paradox. What happens if something is brought into existence without a clear origin? The Bootstrap Paradox is a time travel paradox where an object or piece of information has no clear point of origin because it's looped in time. For example, imagine a person travels back in time and gives Shakespeare a copy of Hamlet, which Shakespeare then publishes as his own. In this case, who wrote Hamlet? The play exists, but its origin is a mystery. This paradox creates a logical loop that defies explanation. If the Bootstrap Paradox were possible, it would challenge everything we understand about causality and the flow of time. The Grandfather Paradox. What if you could travel back in time and prevent your own birth? The Grandfather Paradox is one of the most famous time travel paradoxes. It asks, what would happen if you went back in time and prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother? If you did, you wouldn't exist. But then, how could you have gone back in time in the first place? This paradox suggests that changing events in the past could lead to logical contradictions, and it raises serious questions about the nature of time travel. If time travel were possible, the Grandfather Paradox suggests there would be limits to what we could change, or perhaps an entirely different set of rules for the universe. Closed time-like curves. What if time could loop back on itself, allowing you to revisit the past? A closed time-like curve, CTC, is a theoretical concept in physics that would allow an object to return to its own past. Essentially, time would curve back on itself, creating a loop. This could, in theory, allow for time travel as long as certain conditions in Einstein's theory of general relativity are met. However, the existence of CTCs is purely speculative at this point. If closed time-like curves exist, they might offer a path to revisiting the past without causing paradoxes. Time as an illusion. What if time doesn't exist at all and everything we experience is just an illusion? Some physicists and philosophers argue that time might not exist in the way we perceive it. Instead of flowing from past to future, time could be a construct of human consciousness, with all moments existing simultaneously. This view, inspired by Einstein's theory of relativity, suggests that time is a dimension like space, static and unchanging. What we perceive as the passage of time could just be our mind's way of organizing events. If time is an illusion, then the present moment might be all that exists, and everything else past and future is a construct of our minds. The Big Bang and the beginning of time. What if time itself began at the moment of the Big Bang? According to the standard model of cosmology, time as we know it began with the Big Bang around 13.8 billion years ago. Before the Big Bang, there was no time, no space, nothing. This idea challenges our understanding of causality, as it suggests that time didn't exist until the universe began. If time has a beginning, does it also have an end? And what, if anything, existed before? The idea that time has a starting point raises profound questions about the nature of the universe and whether time could have a definitive end in the far future. As we've explored, the concept of time is far more complex and mysterious than we might have imagined. From paradoxes that challenge our understanding of causality to the possibility that time might not exist at all, these theories push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Whether time is an illusion, a dimension, or a construct, one thing is clear: our journey to understanding time has only just begun. Which of these time theories blew your mind the most? Do you believe we'll ever truly understand the nature of time? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of the universe.